Year 2022 has gone and the gold has come back to the levels where it is closed in year 2021. It has closed at 1830 levels on December 31st, 2021, and it is back at 1825 levels again. Now, this has been the journey for gold again back to the medium. So, from here, is it going to rocket high or is it going to drop here? We will see with the help of charts and indicators. Another observation is look at MACD. See, this was the high. Here it crossed over on the monthly charts. Since then, it has been trading bearish. It has achieved the high, tried to cross over, then diverged again. And this is for the second time. It is trying to converge. And we will definitely observe if it crosses over, and if it does, certainly we can expect a bullish momentum. But look at the history here. This was the time in year 2020, 2012 when gold has achieved the highs at 1920, and from that peak it has almost eroded 80% of its capital, where it has gone till towards 1100 levels, and in fact below 1100 levels. And see, the MACD there too was extremely high, and it has gone in red. It has gone to the bottom. So is history going to repeat? As also we have seen this, that gold throughout these years, last 20 years, it has been trading with the support at this, and this line for the year 2023 and beyond is lying above $1,400 levels, which is going to be a very good support level. We will see further into detail. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Do not forget to press the bell icon, which will keep you updated with the daily analysis, daily targets for gold, which I share every morning with the Asia session, and next analysis with the US session. So twice a day I update on gold. Do watch that also. Let's now, as you saw, if you track the movement of gold throughout this last 15-20 years, you will find out that this is the bottom line at which gold has traded, and it has tried to breach these levels multiple times, failed to do so. Now, this line lies at around $1,400 levels on the monthly charts here for the for the year 2023. So, entire this year, possibly 1500 1400 is going to be the baseline. Also, this is the level at which you can find out gold had consolidated previously, and we expected in our some of our previous monthly analysis that 1600 1500 levels is achievable. It has achieved close to 1600, but then there is still little much scope left for it. But at the same time, another wonderful observation here is, see, it tried to attempt and achieve lower highs here twice first, and if it rallies from here, as most of the markets we have seen, the indices specifically has tried to attempt and achieve the lower highs here. So yes, there could be a possibility that for the third time it tried to attempt and achieve these levels, and this time 2050 2060 levels is possible. First thing is, it has to trade above this zone 1850. Now let me show you why these levels are important. See, this multiple candles, three candles getting resistance precisely at 1833-36 level, and here too it is getting the resistance at the same level. So I'll wait for it to break past this zone at 1836 1850. If it sustains above this zone, why 1845-50 is important? Because see, if you track the movement, the highs it has seen here 2075 and the lows at 1650 1615, you can expect that the median line here is at 1845 levels, and which makes it a very stronger resistance zone. So if gold trades above this zone, the possibility increases that it may try to attempt and achieve at least this zone before it tries to trade or reverse. So this is one possibility which I'll be looking for if it sustains above this zone. At the same time, we have seen in past 1740 giving it a very strong support on the downside. So this is the level below which we can expect little more bearishness can be expected. Now, what to expect in the month of January, which that will also be seen here. So first thing is, it has to sustain above 1850 levels in order to trade bullish in the month of January. Else, achieving this zone, it can probably give you higher lows, higher highs, and probably trade in this fashion before giving a breakout for after a couple of months, taking it till towards 2020-50 levels. These levels are probably achievable, but certainly still I will say that there is lot much downside for gold left here. That is, it has still lot much of the you can say bottom yet to be achieved here, where I see 1400 1500 zone is achievable. What now, the question is, Whether it happens after 2 3 months or it have to happen after 6 months or 1 year, that is the question, because there is a probability that it can try to trade bullish for a while, and only if it breaks beyond 1850 levels and then 1920 levels. Certainly you can expect 2050 levels are achievable, and from those levels we will see how it behaves. There is a possibility on the downside for it to achieve those levels. So certainly one thing is for sure, as far as I am concerned, the bottom for the gold is not yet done. Those who are looking for a long term investment, let's say 5 years, 10 years down the lane, if you want to purchase it for long term, you have to wait for a while. You have to wait for the bottom. The bottom can be achieved in 1 year or 2 years. That it needs to be seen, but that is going to be the levels, the safe levels where you can buy gold. That is at 1400, 1500 levels. Now, what drives the prices of gold is not only the demand and supply of gold alone, but also the dollar prices, and hence if you are seeing a possible consolidation in gold for a while, then we can expect that a little rally is due. So that means that gold has to weaken a bit, and if it weakens, certainly gold might try to rise. Dollar has to weaken a bit, and if dollar weakens, certainly gold might rise a bit. At the same time, the scope in dollar also has to be seen, that how far it can rise, and if it continues with the rally, the gold might try to, then the demand supply factor will come into picture, and then we'll see how far it can take it on the downside. So this is another way to look at it. Now let's have a look at the monthly charts here, sorry, the weekly charts here. On the weekly charts you can clearly see that one strong sharp rise there, then a zone of consolidation, and you can also see that higher lows and lower highs in the sense the slope here is diminishing here, and possibility exists that once it trades beyond 1850 you can expect 1880 levels. Now why I am saying so, look at this. After 3 weeks of consolidation, it has started to taking a base, it has started to rise here. Now this is the first green candle. There is a possibility that it gives you second and third green candle here, taking it till towards 1880, 1920 levels. And in fact, it can come back to this zone in next few weeks itself till towards 2020-50 levels, and then from there. So it can repeat what we have seen in 2022, achieving a high. Possibility exists that it may show you a little drop. So this is for the next few weeks, only below 1800 levels. Only and only if it trades below 1800 next week, you can expect there could be a little bearishness, and then specifically if it trades below 1740, you can consider that the gold has reversed, and I look forward to 1680, 1620 levels. Below that, certainly it will achieve 1500, 1400 levels. But for next couple of months, my expectation for it to give it a rise, and possibility exists that we may see 1900, 2000 levels also in next couple of months or next 3 months, and at those levels we'll see how it behaves. So this is one part on the weekly charts. Let's have a look at the daily chart. Likewise, on the daily charts you can clearly see higher lows, lowers, you can say lowering highs here. The slope here is different. See this aggressive slope on the downside, and see the diminishing slope on the upside. It means there is a phase of consolidation going on, and possibility exists that once it gives a breakout, this breakout is going to be sharp enough, which might take it till towards 1880, 1900, 1920 zone. This zone first I will look forward to, and then once it sustains above this, I will look forward to 1965 and 2000 and 2050, 2060 levels. So these levels are all achievable and are all possible levels before it looks over to a drop. Now why this? Look at this. Triple bottom here is done at 1600 levels, 1615 levels. Triple bottom here is done, and once the base of the building is strong, it can sustain further highs. So there is a possibility that it can form a symmetrical formation and trade sideways in this, or trade in this box with the lower highs in the year 2023. So it can achieve the highs first, then possibly on the downside, once it trades beyond 1830, 1840 levels, you can again expect that the bearish turn has started, and you can again expect 1740, below which certainly it is going to trade bearish. Now this is on the daily charts. We have seen monthly, weekly, daily charts. Let's have a look at the indicators. What does the indicator? Now look at one observation I have always shared in my daily analysis in the last few weeks, that gold is taking the support from the 20 period moving average, which is consistently moving up, and the gold prices are also moving up. At the same time, it is getting the resistance from the top of the Bollinger Bands. Now see, the width of the Bollinger Bands has certainly diminished throughout these times, and now it needs a a week, or you can say couple of weeks, for stronger bullish moves which might make gold to trade outside the Bollinger Bands consistently. So there is a possibility of a rally or a sharp drop either ways, because that will only increase the width of the Bollinger Bands, and then possibly once the width is done it can try to swing a bit. So this is what I am trying to show you, that see, the gold has squeezed here, and then this sharp rally was observed. Sharp rally was observed. It has almost taken a leap from 1650 to 1780 levels. Now this probably is about to happen, a sharp rally, but at the same time one must not eliminate the scope of a sharp drop, where if you see gold trading below 1800 now, you can expect that there could is a possibility that 1780, 1750, 40 levels, only below 1740 you can expect that it is going to take a drop on the downside, and this could be a very sharp drop. So see, it can try to possibly achieve the bottom here at 1740 levels, expand the width of the Bollinger Bands, and then rise. But I will be looking forward to a bullish move here. Also, look at the moving averages. The 20, 50 and 100 moving average are classically placed here with divergence. 50 and 100 period moving averages are also diverging here, indicating that it is trading in the bullish zone, and hence still there is little scope for gold to continue with the bullish run. Now look at the oscillator here. The oscillator highs has been done, drop retracement. Now it is still trading in green, and it is still trying to rise. There is a possibility that this could be the base from which it can rise a bit, achieve this zone before it tries to take a drop, and hence I will still expect a rally for gold in next couple of months or couple of weeks, at least January, February, March. For these 3 months, possibility exists that gold might to retain the highs at around 2000 levels, and that could be the peak of gold. Wherever you see it around 22,000 levels, 2050 levels, possibly that should be the peak from where the gold might again repeat the history what we had seen in 2022, and then you can expect that still there is a bottom for gold yet to be achieved, and which could be at around 1500, 1400 levels, which is achievable, and I expect that it can happen in the second half of 2023. Now let's have a look at the stochastic. See, the stochastic too is looking up on the daily chart, showing little strength. The MACD is trying to cross over here. See, it was trading bearish. It is on the verge of a crossover. It can possibly form a double top before looking forward to a drop there. So yes, it has to, on the daily charts also, it has to achieve lot much on the downside. It is still trading in the top of this zone. So throughout 2022 we had seen gold trading on the sell side. Now it is trying to trade or sustain the on the positive side, and then possibly a plunge can come later. RSI is looking upward, showing little strength there. And if you look at the now on the weekly charts, to 1800 certainly be a very good support level. Now see, the 20 weeks average is trying to move up. Possibility exists that from here it can try to converge, crossover, trade bullish, stay there for a few weeks before it tries to converge again and go on sell side. Look at the oscillator on the weekly chart. See, so far throughout this year it was trading in red in the sell side. From here the bullishness has started. Now it is trying to trade bullish. It has crossed over, and see the buildings here, see the candles here, these are consistently increasing in size, and possibility exists that it can show you similar momentum here, and hence I will be still looking forward to a rise in gold for the first 3 months or 4 months or at least 6 months. It can sustain the higher levels, and see, do not hold it for long. If you are taking a buy position here, do not hold it for long. Possibility exists that later, as we saw, there is still lot much there on the downside yet to be achieved. Now only observation here on the stochastic part is this is overbought here, and this being overbought on the weekly charts, now it has dropped a bit in last couple of weeks, but possibility exists that it can still achieve highs here, sustain here for a bit, and then the drop. So yes, next 2 to 3 weeks certainly I will be observant here for gold. I will definitely watch out how it behaves. It can either give a very strong breakout on the upside or downside. If it gets drop, or if it drops from here, then certainly it is going to be a sharper drop too. That is also one possibility. Now look at the MACD on the weekly charts. MACD on the weekly charts has crossed over here on the bottom. It is still trading with the divergence. It has seen the peak here. Now candle is still rising again. So possibility exists that it can continue here for a while. For next few weeks, it can try to achieve the highs here, and it can probably trade bullish. My expectation, RSI is also looking upwards, can go to overbought zone, and then from there a drop is possible. Now let's have a look at the month. On the monthly charts to 1800, here is the 20 months average, certainly be a good support, and then 1740 1750 zone. On the downside, the support levels are far below. The width of the Bollinger Bands has narrowed a bit. Probably it needs couple of more strong green candles in order to trade bullish. The On the monthly charts, the important part is on the monthly charts, the oscillator has gone on sell, and this is happening after almost 3 years. So entire 2019 till 2022, it was trading in the first half or the top half of the movement here. Now it is on the sell side. I will definitely watch out how it behaves. See, three green red candles, and now it is trying to give greener candles. Possibility exists that it can cross over, achieve the highs, and then a sharp drop. The stochastic was oversold here, and now it is looking upwards, trying to enter into overbought zone. Possibility that couple of months or 2 to 3 months we can expect still a rally in gold. The MACD is also trying to converge. Possibly it can come nearby, and then from there again it can start to diverge and enter into sell side now. But if it crosses over here, certainly, then more bullishness in gold can be expected. The RSI is looking upwards. So considering this for the 2023, still the highs for the gold can be seen. I expect that possibility is there that it can achieve 2000, 2050, or in fact $2100 levels. Higher highs can be seen here. Possibility exists that this can happen in the first half or first quarter of 2023 itself. In fact, it can stretch the rally till first half of the 2023. But again, achieving those high, a drop is certain. And while on the downside, once it returns from those levels, you have to observe. First thing is, in this rally, you have to buy it above 1850 levels, and this is applicable for next week also. If you see gold trading above, first thing is, if you see it trading above 1830 levels, 1836 levels, yes, you can buy there. Expect 1845 first resistance, and then 1850. If these two levels are taken, certainly you can remain long on gold, and then expect 1818 1920 levels as the next stop. Beyond 1920 1980 levels are the next target, and then 2050 levels to be seen in the near term. So this is one part to it. Next, while you book the profits there in next few weeks, possibly at those levels you have to observe how it behaves. If it takes a downturn, you have to be again cautious of 1920 and 1850 1836 levels, because certainly below 1836 it can again try to drop a bit, and then we have to observe the next stop at 1740 1680, and then directly it will land to 1600 and 1500 1450 1400 zone. So these levels are also achievable. Highs and lows both can be a part of 2023 swings. What we had seen in the year 2022 can repeat, and this time it can take a further deeper plunge on the downside. Take your trades accordingly. Book your profits at the highs for the first half, and possibly expect a drop on the later half of the year 2023. Do not expect that the lows are done, the bottom is yet to be achieved. Be cautious for the next week. Stay long above 1836 itself, and expect a rise also for the next few weeks. Yes, if you see it trading below 1800, and specifically for next week, if you see it trading below 1800 this time, then possibility exists that we may see it trading downturn and sell at 1800 levels for the next week. Expected to come back till towards 1780, 1760 and 1740. Only and only if gold trades below 1740, I will consider this bearish. Take your trades accordingly. Trade with a stop loss, trade with a trailing stop loss. Thank you very much. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Join my mentorship batch. Join my 18th mentorship batch starting on 9th of January. Be a part of it. Thank you very much.